Hi all, welcome back to Learning Partner. So this is the ReactJs tutorial going on. So we started last week and almost all the basic topics are completed, including the API integration. So we just completed CRUD application with last two episodes. So get API integration, post API, update API means put API and the delete. So how do you create, update, read and delete? So all the CRUD operation we have completed. So this is the page. So we are able to create the record, get the record, update, delete, everything is happening, right? So on click of delete, you get the pop-up, you click on OK, API integration is also happening, right? But we don't normally keep your API call functions into our component. So we don't want to put any extra code which is not relevant to the component into our component TSX. Okay. So we have a service for that. Okay. So that is what we are going to see. So if you know Angular, so in Angular also we have services. So whatever the use case we have in there, it is almost same over here. But here we don't have any particular topic like services, just like we have hooks, conditional. We don't have any particular topic, but it's a way around, right? It's a JavaScript concept, right? So instead of having everything in one file, you move unnecessary things to another, right? So what are services in ReactJs? Why do we use it? How do we use it? How to move your API call function over there, that we are going to see. Before moving ahead, if you are new to my channel, this is me, Chetan Zogi, right? So do subscribe if you are not subscribed yet. And click the bell icon, I guess. And if you just to get the notification of the videos, in video description you get all the WhatsApp channels, what the WhatsApp group I have, you can join that. And just we take some live session also, to just get notification of that, you can join that. Again, if you have any doubts or any query, you can reach out to me by WhatsApp. Now let's start. So this particular component, post API component, here we completed all the CRUD APIs, right? Let me see what code I have it over here. Nothing. Okay. So in this component, we completed our whole CRUD application, means from get API. So let me show you. Get API, post API, put your update API and the delete API. Right. So whole CRUD application we completed. But as I was saying, like API call should not be kept in your component. We have a service for that. So how do we create a service over here? Right. So again, a service folder I have created here, right click, and the name will be, let's say, since we have completed vendor CRUD, so let's say vendor service.ts. It's a simple TypeScript file. Now what you will have it over here. So export const vendor service equal to, it's a constant file. But inside that constant file, you are going to create object, and inside that you are going to, in every key, you are going to have functions. So first function will be, let's say, get all vendors, right? So this is your key, or you can say field, and inside that field, what you have object. Now, in this function, you are going to create an API call. So again, a sync will be there. Now, here you are going to make an API call. So constant result is equal to exois dot get API call. So first one is the get. So let's get the URL. So this was my get API call URL. Just copy and put it over here. Right. Once you get the response, you get that data, right? So you have to simply return. So result dot data. Now you don't want to return the whole. You don't want to return the whole thing, right? Why it is adding await again. Oh, sorry, await I missed. Await. Okay. So that's why it was wrapping up with the await. So in your service, you have created one property. Inside that you have stored an API call function. So from here, you are actually returning the array only, not the whole response, right? Just like this, let's say create new vendor. Again, a sync function. But this function you are going to call from a component, and while calling function, you are going to pass some data, right? So that data you need to catch. Basically, object, the CRUD object, what you want to accept. So you have created vendor. Now here you can see we have created an interface. So that vendor model, you will add it over here. But we need to export it. So let's add export so that we can use it in another file. Vendor model. This type of data you are going to get. So again, constant result is equal to await exois dot post and your URL. Let's get the URL from over here. So this was our post URL. Let's copy, paste it over here, and whatever the object you get, that you will pass it along with second object, second property, right? Then return what you need to return result dot data once it is success. That's it. This is how you move your API call function into your services. All the API call related function, you can move it over here like this. Again, it's not API call. Let's say you have some code which is kind of a reusable and you are going to need it everywhere. So you can move that over also over here. Fine. Now, so in your component, this was your old, right? So let me comment it. Let me create the same function over here. Again, it will be async only, obviously, because from this also you are going to make API call function. Let me format. Why it is coming over here? Let me adjust it properly. Now here, what you will do? Constant response is equal to await your service. That is vendor service. Let's add it. So it will need the import. Let's add the import. So import got added over here, right? Then what you need from vendor service, currently you have two functions. You need to call this. And this is going to return some data. You need to store it. So from your function, you are directly returning the data. So you don't need to use dot data over here. So directly response, you can set it over here to the state. Let's add debugger at every place so that we can understand the flow. Adding a debugger makes you understand the flow very properly. See it now. First, we will check the why it is giving identifier expected return. Somewhere we forgot return. No, return is there. Sorry, comma was there. Okay, now let's reload one more time. Now here on the page load, by using use effect, you are calling this function. Now here, what you are doing? The reload. So you are calling this function from your service. So it will go over there. Execution will go over there. See, we got the execution over here. You are making an API call. Once you get the data, you are returning the data only, not the whole response. Once you return, oh wait, I didn't add the debugger. Let me do it again. Continue from your API call, you got the data, continue. So see, from your service function, you are returning the actual array. Once you continue from over here, see, here you got it. And that you are setting it to your state. And that data will be visible. See, just like that, save API also. So now your component don't has to worry about your API call and everything. And this serves reusability also. Let's say get all vendor API call data, you are going to need it into another component also. So yeah, inject it and you use it, right? This is how we do it. The create one. So let's copy this. Let me copy the old. I'm commenting it. Create new. Now instead of making API call over here, constant result is equal to await your vendor service dot this function. This function expect an object. That object you will pass nothing but your vendor object, the state, right? Remaining things stays the same. But here we need a check, right? So here instead of returning the data, you return the whole response because we need the status like it was 200 or not. That's why. Okay, let's give it a test to this also. Now, while calling this function, we are passing the data. So that data, we should get it over here. Let's try creating one more record. Test. Sorry. Let me remove the debugger. Test 666677667788. Test 66@gmail.com. Now one click of save. So first, the function is get. Wait, why old code is there? I think I didn't save properly. So sorry. Let me reload again. Okay. So test 777788778899 test 77@gmail.com. Now on click of save, see from your component, you are invoking a function from your service. And while invoking, you are passing an object. So once I continue over here, you got that data over here, that data you are passing along with the API. So from here, you are triggering an API call. Continue. You got the response status is 200. That's why I'm sending the whole response instead of just passing the data. So here we got the data, just the record created, but I'm passing the whole response so that here we can have that if and else check. So here it is 200. So again, we are calling an get API. And that's how you get the updated record. Again, your service. So if you scroll down and check, the record got created. So we use services like this. But there is a problem in our service. If you check, what is the problem? Now, if I copy this and paste it over here, so this URL is getting repeated again and again, right? So whenever you use XJoys, so XJoys provides you a common way to inject your common base URL. Means on XJoys level, you can put some data. Okay. So for that, I will be creating an XJoys instance. So on the service only, I'm creating it. So let's say XJoys instance.ts. Now here, what you need to do. So let's add export const API. Let's say API URL is equal to XJoys dot create round bracket curly bracket. Now here you are storing some data. So base URL. Whenever you work on a project, your API URL are almost constant. Just your method name and the controller keep on changing because your APIs will be hosted on a particular domain, right? So your URL will be constant for all the APIs. Yeah, method name and the controller will keep on changing, but your base URL keeps the same. So that base URL, you can keep it over here. So this is the common URL what we have. So this base URL, you keep it till over here, or let's keep it till controller. So this will be common. So this you can keep it over here. So your base URL is at a single place now. Let's add that. Not sure header will be required or not. Let's try it before adding the headers. Right. Now you added common URL into your base XJS create instance. Right. Now, just a moment. So now in your service, here you have created an instance of XJS. Now in your service, let me just comment this existing one. This was your old code where we manually created all the things, right? Now let me copy paste. Now we will be using that XJS instance what we created. So here, instead of using this, what you will do, whatever the XJS instance you created, that is API URL or API URL client, let's name it properly. So this you will use it over there. So instead of XJS directly, now you will use like this. We need to import here also same thing. Now you don't need to pass this whole URL. You just need to pass the method name. So your URL stays in over here at a common location. Getting it? So that's why I'm going like this. Key understand the basic first, then the optimized code. So if I would have directly started with this, then you would be feeling lost. Okay, what is happening, what we are doing. So instead of using XJS over here, I'm kind of a creating object of that XJS, you can say. And I'm using that. So base URL already you are keeping it over here. So base URL, it will keep from over here and the method name you are passing. So it will concatenate and the whole thing works the same. Let me show you now. All the files are saved. Yes. Let's check it now. So reload. See, everything works the same thing. Getting it? Okay. So this is how you do it. Again, there are many variations, but this is basic. get your basic fundamentals at right place, then you can understand all the advanced things whatever currently industry is using when we talk about reactjs. Fine. So this is about the services in reactjs. I hope you are following the videos, right? Now all the basic topics are completed. One hooks I have to explain, that use context, or one or the two more hooks I will explain. Then we will start the small application. There we will complete everything from login page and all the whole application we will try to create. It won't be big, a very small one, but we will try to complete the whole application. Fine. So just keep following, try to do whatever we are doing every day, right? Again, in the project, so many scenarios we are going to see, because the project, it has various use cases. So I can explain so many things very easily over there. Fine. So currently topic was going on. So I was explaining that, but now we will move towards the project. And in project login, your guard, how do you make your pages secure, and all those things come into the picture. Fine. If you're new, please do subscribe. In video description, you will be finding a link of my WhatsApp group. You can join that to connect with me. Thank you all.